Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to Nine Nar Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book. And Then We Hit a Rock by Buenzli is a true-life, comedic account of a modern family attempting a dramatic lifestyle shift, trading land-based routines for the unpredictable realities of living aboard a sailboat. With 2 adults, 3 kids, a dog, and a cat in close quarters, the story leans into the everyday chaos of downsizing, adapting, and learning nautical basics while still managing the emotional and logistical needs of family life. The title signals the book's tone and its core promise, honest misadventure told with humor, humility, and a sense of perspective. Rather than presenting sailing as polished escapism, it highlights the awkward first steps, the surprises that come with weather and water, and the way big dreams collide with small practicalities. Readers can expect a lively narrative focused on resilience, family dynamics, and the comedic timing that often arrives when a plan meets reality. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, the leap from a normal home to a floating one. A major theme is the transition from a familiar, spacious life to the constraints and opportunities of living on a sailboat. The book frames this move as more than a change of address. It is a reinvention of daily habits. Space becomes the central resource, affecting where people sleep, how they store essentials, and how they handle privacy. The humor comes from the gap between the romantic idea of life on the water and the practical realities of making it work with a full family. Everyday tasks like cooking, tidying, or simply finding a quiet moment become small adventures when everything must be secured, shared, and planned around motion and limited room. The narrative also highlights the emotional side of downsizing, excitement, stress, occasional regret, and the satisfaction that can follow when the family develops new rhythms. This topic matters because it shows how big goals are achieved through unglamorous details and how adaptability is often built through repeated minor inconveniences rather than grand breakthroughs. Secondly, family dynamics in close quarters. Putting 5 people together in a compact environment intensifies relationships, and the book uses that pressure as fuel for comedy and insight. Conflicts that might be minor in a house can feel bigger when there is no easy way to separate, cool off, or escape noise. At the same time, shared challenges can strengthen cooperation, especially when everyone has to contribute to keep the household functioning. The story emphasizes how roles shift when life becomes more hands-on, children may take on more responsibility, parents may need to coordinate constantly, and decisions become more immediate because weather, docking, and maintenance do not wait. The author draws humor from misunderstandings, imperfect teamwork, and the fast pace of problem-solving. Underneath, the book reflects on communication and patience as practical survival tools. This theme resonates for readers interested in family resilience because it shows how relationships are tested and refined by proximity, and how laughter can be a strategy for staying united during stressful transitions. Thirdly, pets at sea and the comedy of logistics. Adding a dog and a cat to the sailing lifestyle introduces an extra layer of unpredictability. The book treats pets not as background decoration but as active participants in the daily puzzle of boat life. Their needs create recurring logistical challenges: where they sleep, how they handle movement and noise, and how routines like feeding and cleanup change when the world is a deck instead of a yard. The comedic angle comes from the mismatch between animal instincts and marine realities, along with the family's attempts to keep everyone safe and comfortable. This topic also reinforces a broader point about planning versus reality. Even if the adults anticipate children's needs, animals add spontaneous variables that can disrupt schedules and intensify mess or stress at exactly the wrong moment. For readers considering travel or downsizing with pets, this part of the narrative is especially relatable because it acknowledges that companionship has costs, and those costs can be funny, messy, and completely worth it. Fourthly, learning the real-world basics of sailing the hard way. A key thread is the educational curve that comes with moving onto a sailboat without pretending the learning process is smooth. The title suggests a blunt lesson: mistakes happen, and some are memorable. Instead of presenting a technical manual, the book uses story to show how knowledge is acquired through experience, trial, and occasional mishap. Readers see the human side of seamanship, confidence that rises and falls, decisions made under pressure, and the way small oversights can turn into stressful moments. It also highlights how safety and preparedness become more meaningful when the environment is unforgiving. The humor does not erase the seriousness, it makes the lessons digestible and keeps the narrative honest. This topic offers value even to non-sailors because it models how adults learn new skills later in life, how families handle risk, and how a growth mindset can coexist with embarrassment. The emphasis is not on perfection, but on persistence, teamwork, and getting better after each unexpected event. Lastly, redefining success through misadventure and perspective. Beyond the funny incidents, the book explores what it means to pursue an unconventional dream and still call it a win when things go sideways. The family sets out to live differently, and the story suggests that success is not measured by flawless execution, but by the experiences gathered and the relationships maintained. Misadventures become milestones that reveal character and priorities. When plans break, the family must decide what truly matters: comfort, control, pride, or the shared story they are building. This perspective is a quiet counterpoint to polished travel narratives that highlight only sunsets and smooth passages. By embracing the awkward moments, the author reinforces the idea that meaningful change is usually messy. Readers are invited to laugh at setbacks while also recognizing the courage involved in trying something new. The topic encourages reflection on personal goals, how much inconvenience is acceptable in exchange for freedom or adventure, and how humor can turn hard days into memories that strengthen a family's identity. In conclusion, this book fits readers who enjoy humorous true stories, family-centered adventure, and narratives that demystify big lifestyle changes. It will especially appeal to people curious about sailing life, tiny living, or the broader idea of simplifying and pursuing experience over routine. Parents will relate to the constant negotiation between ambition and practicality, while anyone considering a major move will appreciate the candid look at stress, adaptation, and the emotional swings that come with starting over. The benefit to a reader's life is not in technical sailing instruction, but in mindset. The story highlights resilience, problem-solving, and the value of laughter when reality refuses to cooperate. It also offers a grounded reminder that memorable lives are often built from imperfect days, not perfectly executed plans. Compared with similar books that romanticize life afloat, this one stands out for its emphasis on ordinary chaos and family logistics, including the added complications of pets. That honesty makes it easier to trust, easier to relate to, and often funnier. If you want an entertaining narrative that still leaves you with practical perspective about change, risk, and togetherness, it is worth buying. If you would like to support Greg Buenzli, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.